Hi everybody, welcome to Brailsford Family Homestead. I'm Darcy. I got some exciting mail and I wanted to share it with you. I guess technically it's sponsored because they sent this to me for free, but I'm not required to make a video. So, 4 jars. I have heard of them. I've seen other people use them. I never have. They asked me if I would like to try their canning lids and told me about their influencer program if I like them. So I said, sure, I would love to know more about them and try them out. But then I get this at the post office. It's heavy. I mean, I was expecting like a little pack of lids. So let's open this together. I'm pretty excited. All right, let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, wow. Let's see. I think this is a towel. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is so cool. Yes, I can. Canning is easier with 4 jars. That's super cool. Wow. That's a nice thick towel too. Who couldn't use some more towels? I know me. That is, oh, there's more than one. It's the same thing. Awesome. It is. Have you guys seen these can openers? These are amazing. And I have wanted one, but they're expensive. I don't know how much 4 jars one is. I haven't looked at the price of theirs, but still, they're not cheap. And they won't bend your lids. Oh, I am so excited about that. Ooh, I do wish it had a hole so I could hang it, but that's okay. I'll put it in my drawer. That is awesome. I'm so excited about that. Regular 12 lids and bands. This is like Christmas. This is... It's a timer, but it looks like a pot. Are you kidding? Look at this. That is so cute. Oh my goodness. That is adorable. I will definitely use this, and I love it. That is so cute. Wow. This is way more than I expected. I really thought I would just get a small pack of lids. This is a funnel set. Ooh, and it's all stainless steel. Regular mouth, bottom mouth, and a mesh strainer. Oh, that's nice. Nice for when you're can't, because then you don't have the big handle. I will use that. This is really heavy duty. Oh, it has the, look, it has the measuring thing on there. I'll have to test it to see if it's the same for all types of jars, because I have some really old jars and some new ones. It has the head space, so if you can see under there, you don't need the little tool. Wow. And this is the same one for wide mouth. And hey, hello, space saving. That is nice as well. And stainless steel can go in the dishwasher. Okay, what is this? A vacuum. Did they send me like all of the stuff that they have? I am so surprised, guys. How do you, okay. It is the vacuum sealer kit. Has the little doohickey. I hope this works. This is manual. You know, you have to pump it. But I bought an electric one and I returned it because I was using it and a friend of mine said, hey, I have one. You might want to return it. They're not staying sealed. And sure enough, I checked the stuff that I had sealed, which was like herbs and stuff, and it was like 50% failure. So maybe this will work better. I hope. I will definitely try it. It won't take up much room. No batteries, no charging. Just hand pump. Definitely trying that. Wide mouth canning lids and bands. 100 regular mouth canning lids. Wow. This is a dozen, but it has the bands in it too. 100 lids. My goodness. 100 wide mouth. Wow. Wow. Inside is a surprise for me. Okay. I'll have to put some more on my cup. Look at this fun stickers. The superhero of the culinary world. Yes, just can it. Dust them off, it's canning season. Yeah, all these, oh, that's so cute. No, more stickers. Coupon. A keychain. Wow. Shows more of their products and things. I kind of, I don't know. Wow. This is a lot. I really hope I like these. But this is this is right here, 200 lids. That's a lot. That's more than some people can a year who don't can tons of them. That is such a blessing. I'm just I'm speechless, guys. Wow. I want to cry. Okay, I'm going to play with all of this stuff. And we'll definitely try these things out together because very soon it's going to be time to can things. If I can get enough strawberries, we're definitely going to be doing some jam. The garden's just going, so it's not quite time for fresh things other than berries from the garden. But I am excited to give these a go. And I will be honest with you if I like them. I will be totally honest with you. I am blown away by this generosity, but I will 100% tell you if I don't think that these are good. But wow, I do think that they will be. I want to look into, how they're made and all that kind of stuff, and compare them to prices of others. I'm going to test out the little vacuum sealer I want to show you guys. So I made some garlic escape powder. Maybe I'll put in how I did that here. And then after I seal it, we're going to open it with this can opener. So the, sorry that was loud. It came with some regular and wide mouth lids and with the vacuum sealer. So let's see here. I guess you take one out if you're going to use the wide mouth. The box has the direction and a QR code, so if you want to know how to do it. Sorry, I was unprepared. I didn't open this first. Thanks to my friend Tommy for all these box cutters. Okay. Really? Do I have to do something? That looks like it's missing something. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna try it. It looks, you just put it on there? Said once you feel resistance, it's done. I definitely have resistance, so, oh. Okay. Did you guys see that? All right, let's. All right, it's on there. So hey, it works even if you have both pieces on there that don't need to be on there. That is very simple. Be interested to, I'm gonna see if they stay sealed, but let's use this. I'll tip it down, make sure you can see how this works here. Whew, yep, that opened very, very easily. Let's seal that again, and then I will check back later to make sure this, I thought it would like have something that pokes in there, but you just hold it over it. That's interesting. It said 5 to 20. And once you feel resistance, All right, it's on there. I like the ease of use of that, but because I've had others unseal, I'll watch and see how that does. I'll put this in the pantry and check on it. I guess let you know at a later date. So if you get one of these, you don't have to keep them together to use it. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm not sure if I have anything to can right now. I will see. We're gonna do some canning today with our 4-jar lids and see what we think. I do wanna show you some comparisons that I've noticed just getting the things out, washed and ready. I first wanna show you the rings. So I did open the box of lids and rings of regular mouth, and that's what we're gonna use. So this is one of their rings. You can tell, hopefully you can tell, it's kind of a dark gray color. This is a typical silver and kind of gold lid that you would see most commonly today. And this is one you don't see often, but I have some. They are aluminum. They never rust. They don't make these anymore. But this is the comparison of all three of those. I don't know what any of the companies use to coat these lids. And I honestly did not see any information given for that for any manufacturer of these. The dark gray color of this made me think of Teflon. I don't think it is, but that was my first thought, and it made me think, oh, what do all of these companies use to coat these? I'm not sure. Other than that, I mean, it looks just like a typical ring. I don't see anything, you know, that would be like, oh, that's gonna be so much better. I think they all work. You know, sometimes you bend one, they rust and you have to replace them. Then these are the lids, the 4-jar lids. This is the back. The sealant here is silicone, according to their website. And it does seem like there's a very good amount there. I want to show you next to some other lids that I happen to have. This is a Golden Harvest lid. I'm not sure when this was purchased because I did not buy them. I think my mom did. It has a price tag of $1.75 on it. So these are not very recent. But also, those say made in the USA. Now, I don't know if they're still manufactured in the USA, but that is a selling point for me. I haven't bought those. So here is the Golden Harvest and the 4 jars. Maybe not a fair comparison since these have been made for a while, but this isn't near as thick of the sealant. This is the wide mouth ball jar. It is still, it'd be the same for the regular mouth. It has more sealant, it seems, in that older Golden Harvest, but not as much as this one. Now, I can't tell you for sure that makes a difference. You know, that you can feel it squishy or cushy or whatever. However, that was my experience that it helped when I switched to Superb lids. So here is a Superb lid. One thing that I've noticed on there is they're real thin here on the edge. So when you wash them, I have sliced myself before. These ones don't feel quite as sharp on that, but I mean, that's not really, I don't think, a major difference. I would say that the feel of the silicone on there is pretty similar, probably a little bit more on the Superb lid, if I'm going to be honest, but they both feel like an adequate amount. It's not just flat, I can push and it's squishy. So there's that. This is not a sponsored video, as if like they gave me these things to make this video. They did not ask me to make a video. They said they would appreciate it if I wanted to. They said, you know, if I liked them, I could join their affiliate program and all that. But I am making this video to share the realities of these things with you truthfully. So, you know, I am free to say whatever I want to say, not say what I want to say. If you've been around, you know that I switched to Superb lids and I really like them. And I would say right now, even without using the 4 jars lids, that I would pick Superb for one big reason. It's not something like a hill I'm gonna die on, but Superb lids are manufactured in the USA. They're also here in Ohio, and I'm an Ohioan. I live in Ohio, so that is important to me. I also love that they put Bible verses and things on their boxes. I'm a Christian, so I love that. I have no idea about 4 jars if they're Christians or whatever. That, I mean, that's not a make or break thing for me using their lids. But I know in 2020, a lot of people had a lot of hard time finding lids. The quality of the lids that were out there plummeted and some of these companies came up. So I want to show you the difference in them so you don't waste your money, so that you know, because sometimes you can't easily find these. They are starting to get into the stores now. Superb lids are available in grocery stores and some hardware stores now. I'm able to find them fairly easy because I'm in Ohio and I'm not far from where they are made. But the 4 jars apparently are available in stores now. I don't think that's been for a long time. It was just buying them online. So they are available through some Walmarts or Walmart's website for anywhere. And you can get them in Canada as well. But they are more expensive. Let me grab my paper on that one. I didn't look at the price of all of the different manufactured lids to share the cost with it. I just compared it to Superb lids because that's what I've been using. And this is not saying, a fight between those two, but that is what I have been using. I switched to Superb because ball lids were failing me left and right, and the coating was coming off on so many of my jars. Now, I will say that I've had a few lids of Superbs where the coating was coming off when I opened a jar, and I contacted them about that. They're working on it, but it does happen with them too, but not nearly as often as I was having with ball. So for the 50 count for the 4 jars, it is 42 cents each if you buy a 50 pack. Now, if you don't have a store near you, you're gonna have to pay for shipping unless you buy at least $100 worth of product from their website. If you buy their 500 count box, they are 35 cents each and you would have free shipping. Now that is including sales tax for my area, which is 7.25%. So, and this is June of 2025, so it could change depending where you live and when you're watching this. For Superb lids, if you pick them up at Walmart, which was the price I was finding for 4 jars also, they are $3.69 for a 12 count box at 31 cents each. A 60 count is 38 cents each. 156 count is 30 cents each. Now I have found them cheaper than those prices in my local area, so it can change. But as you can see, 42 cents versus 30 cents, that adds up when you're even just doing a few jars, especially if you're doing hundreds of jars like some of us do. So that is my first thoughts before even using that. I wanted to share that with you so you can make an informed decision and get what will be best for preserving your food. So let's get to canning. I'm not going to take you through the whole canning process for what I'm making. I do have videos on how to can for both of the things I'm doing today, but I wanted to test these lids out with pressure canning and water bath canning. I'm using a steam canner. We're going to do bone broth in the pressure canner and cranberry sauce in the steam canner. So I'll show you as I load up the jars, and then we'll look at them tomorrow to make sure that they're sealed. I'm also going to give a try to the funnel that has the marks on it. I want to see how well I can see it, or if I'm going to have to turn it upside down to see it. I'm going to give it a try though and show that to you guys. So I'm going to get everything ready to go in the jars and I'll bring you back. Time to can up the cranberry sauce. We need a 1/2 inch of a head space, so let's look at this again. All right, if I look inside, it'll be at the bottom of the first bump. We'll test it out with our other tool. These are hot jars, obviously very hot cranberry sauce. all the normal things, debubbling. All right, and that looks good. Now I will try it on another one where I have to look over the numbers. I'm not sorry, that lighting you probably can't see. The numbers are on this side, not on the inside. But if you match up, can you see that? Probably not. I'll show you from another angle. Let's go ahead and get this on. Now their advertisements on their website say that these are compatible with ball lids, but they also say anti-canning jars, and they do list the measurements. So maybe if you have some strange canning jars, you might need to measure those. All right, this is going in the canner. Show you from a different angle here. I don't think the lighting was great for the other way, but you may not be able to see, but there is black writing on each one of these. And this one here is for 1/2 of an inch. That writing is not on the inside, at least that I could see, but I can just count the notches and fill it up that way. And it was accurate with my measuring tool. So that is neat. I know a friend had one of these and she did not like it, but it was also plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this jarred up. These seem to go on just the same as any others. I'm not finding, so far, this is only the second one, I'm not finding them cumbersome or anything like that. I've got 7 1/2 pints in here. This processes for 15 minutes, and then I'll have to turn the heat off, leave the lid on for 5 minutes before taking it out. We'll take them out together and maybe see what they sound like when they start popping. While the cranberry sauce is processing, let's go ahead and get the broth jarred up. I've got my pressure canner back here, and I've got some hot jars, all of the things. I do have videos on how to do both of these that I can link up here. Sorry if there's some noise. I have the vent going. It is way too hot to just be letting all that steam stay in my kitchen. So this is chicken bone broth. And this needs to be at 1 inch headspace, which is the bottom of this funnel, but we will test it. Oh, I filled it too much. I know I did. Trying to go a little bit more. Yep, just a little bit. Always use a little spoon to adjust that headspace. That proper headspace is really, really important. All right, this is a Golden Harvest jar. I have all kinds of jars. I've bought some new. I've been given some from my mom. I have bought some from people who were getting out of canning, bought some from a friend whose grandma, oh no, she didn't pass away, but she was going elsewhere. So you can find them fairly inexpensively in bulk. I'm not doing a whole canner of this just because I don't have that much broth right now. So I had made some up and had it in the freezer, but I wanted to can it because it's not very convenient for me to have to thaw it out. And so we're canning, I think we'll have 5 quarts. I'll get the rest of these jarred up, then I'll put the lid on. I'll do all of the things for processing, for pressure canning, and that has to process for 25 minutes, but come down from pressure. You guys won't have to wait all that time though. I'll show you when I'm pulling those out of the canner, as well as the cranberry sauce. Just to let you know, I was looking and I do have one Ball brand jar here. This one is a Mason brand one, and it is an old school one. See, it has the old Liberty Bell on it, and the others are Golden Harvest. So just in case that makes any difference, we'll see. It's time to take the cranberry sauce out of the canner. I'm curious to see what these sound like when they pop. Hopefully we'll hear them together. That was a louder ping. Oh, there went another one. It's been about 12 minutes since I took them out of a canner. Not that that makes a difference. It looks like 2 more have the buttons still up, maybe 3. We will check on these again tomorrow. It's time to take the broth out of the canner. I did end up only having 4 quarts, but they look great. These, just like the cranberry sauce, will have to sit for 12 to 24 hours before we can test the seal, which we will do together. I did hear from 4 Jars. I was asking them about the manufacturer of their lids, because I had heard that they were moving them stateside, but had not gotten that information yet. And they have an expected date to move the manufacturing to Florida in August of 2025. So that is really exciting for those who prefer to buy things made here in the USA. I'm really excited about that. Hope I really love these lids. Some of the other things I've used I like. We'll come back tomorrow. It's time to test the jars to see if they have all sealed. So we want to make sure that the button in the middle is down, but also when we take off the lid, not the lid, the ring, that we cannot pull that lid. That is sealed. I've taken the rings off of the rest of this cranberry and bone broth. We'll give them all a good tug to make sure that they have sealed. There's no buckling. I have personally never had buckling before, but I have seen other people who have, not with 4 Jars, but I have never had that before, but there has been no buckling on these either. These all look great. And with this one, that means 100% success seal. There's not a one that failed, and we did both pressure and water bath canning, so that is great. So I am going to keep trying these and using them. I like them. I really don't have anything negative to say at all. I mean, I love the change that they are attempting to make and will be making very soon, the end of this summer, where they are moving their manufacturing from China to the USA, in Florida specifically. That is really awesome. I love to see that they are making that change. I love the variety of products they have. They have some other things. They have a pressure canner. I'm a fan of having multiples, and I think I need to replace one of mine, so maybe I'll try out their pressure canner. But another great thing is, if you want to try these, no pressure. I want you to see how these are. We all want to preserve our food and have it last and not have seal failures, but they do offer a coupon code for my viewers, so that's very exciting. It is BFH10, and it will give you 10% off on anything that you order. I'll put a link in the description below as well, but use that code to get 10% off of anything that you want to try. I'm really, really excited for more options for all of us. Preserving food is something I am passionate about, and I think you are too. I hope this video is helpful for you, and no matter what product that you use, that you enjoy canning and canning safely. Until next time, God bless.